everyone. Welcome to Annick's book preview for Winter Spring 2021. My name is Shanna Seymour. I am the digital marketing manager at Annick. And I've got to say, we have a great selection of books for you guys today. From questions about science to stories about the great outdoors to picture books about the beauty of friendship to a heartfelt story about indigenous people's relationship with treaties. There's a book for everybody. So now, before we get started, I'm going to introduce you to my lovely friends who will help me share these books with you. Please welcome Claire Caldwell and Asiya Awale.
Hi.
Hi, guys. Well, let's jump right into it. I'm super excited to hear about these titles. So Asiya, do you want to start with The Power of Style?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Asiya, and I'm the Rights, Permissions, and Administrative Coordinator at Annick Press. Yeah, today I'm so stoked to be talking to you about our upcoming Winter 2021 titles. So the first book that I'm going to be talking about is The Power of Style by Christian Allaire. I don't actually have the physical book with me today, but Christian Allaire is a writer at Vogue, and The Power of Style is a nonfiction title that explores how fashion has become a tool to reclaim identity, to express identity, how it can be used as a political tool, how it can promote activism, and how it can also just be used to celebrate culture and self and individuality. In the book, there are different chapters that Christian touches on. There's a chapter on ribbon work. There's a chapter on sewing. There is a chapter on modest fashion, on cosplay, and makeup. In one of the chapters, the ribbon work chapter, Christian talks about how seaming and sewing and ribbons have become a way for indigenous people to, take that part of their culture back and how it's used to keep the beauty of that culture alive. So yeah, Power of Style. It's going to be available in April of 2021. It is suitable for kids ages 12 plus. I'm so excited about it. It's a nonfiction title.
Awesome. Thanks, Asiya. Excited to hear about Power of Style by Christian Allaire. Let's move on to Claire. You have a great title to talk to us about as well, Wild Outside.
I'm Claire. I'm an editor at Annick. I am very super excited to share Wild Outside, Around the World with Survivor Man, which is by TV's Survivor Man, Les Stroud, and illustrated by Andrew Barr in this very cool comic book style. In this book, which is nonfiction, Les shares true stories about his outdoor adventures that he's gone on, from encountering a jaguar in the jungle to eating bugs to surviving freezing temperatures. The book is divided up into Survivor Man's 4 key elements of adventure: prepare, observe, react, and adapt. And he shares real outdoor adventuring tips, like what he puts in his survival kit, how to read a compass, things like that. Super cool. And one of the goals of the book is to encourage readers to explore the outdoors in any way that they can, whether it's in the wilderness or in their local park, obviously with safety in mind, top of mind. But it's just a super fun, engaging, exciting book about outdoor adventure for ages 9 to 12. It is available March 9th, 2021, and we will be doing some super fun activity sheets to go alongside this great book by Survivor Man.
Thanks, Claire. Oh my gosh, I am looking forward to Wild Outside so much. My favorite sport has got to be the moose chase. That story is hilarious and it's fun, and Les makes it so engaging. So I can't wait for this to read it.
Totally, same.
Asiya, how about we push it back to you and you can tell us about the reissued Bare Naked book.
The Bare Naked book by Kathy Stinson, illustrated by Melissa Cho. So this book is a reissue of the 1986 edition of the Bare Naked book. Since the original edition has been released, with this new reissue, there have been substantial editorial changes that reflect the current understanding of gender and sexuality and inclusivity, and that is reflected in the illustrations, which are all brand new. This book, it celebrates bodies and body positivity and self-acceptance. A few examples of that are, there is a part that talks about hair. So this is just a visual of the beautiful spreads and artwork depicted in this book. Hair dripping, braided, curly, straight, on heads and faces and other places. Where is your hair? So as you can see, there is somebody who has dreads, somebody who has underarm hair, chest hair, and a woman wearing a hijab. So that's just to give you an idea of the range of diversity that is depicted in this book. This book is going to be available in March 9th of 2021. It is suitable for kids ages 3 to 5. The Bare Naked book by Kathy Stinson and illustrated by Melissa Cho.
So cute.
It is. It's adorable. Thanks, Asia. I love the new illustrations. I feel like it gives life to this book that everyone already loves. And I also like the shoulder illustration one. Like, where are your shoulders? Because, we give hugs and we laugh and we move. We can do that without shoulders. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go next, and I'll share a really cool book with you guys. It's called Treaty Words by Annick Press, illustrated by Luke Swinson. And this is a new kind of trim size that Annick has done so far with this book, but we feel that it really represents, the compact, really powerful message inside of it. So this is usually for kids age 10 plus and grades 5 plus, but it's a book for everybody, honestly. Everybody can relate to this book. Everyone can read it. And what it is about a young girl and her Mishomis, her grandfather, sit by the river as he teaches her about the treaties. So for indigenous people, the first treaty that was made between the earth and the sky, it was an agreement for them both to work together, and they build their treaty, all their other treaties, off of this one original treaty. So her Mishomis teaches her how to listen and how to hear both the sounds and the silences, and to learn her place in creation. Emily Craft, she is Anishinaabe and Métis, and Luke Swinson is Anishinaabe as well. And this is just a great book that really shows the importance of understanding Indigenous treaties. Emma, she writes an author's note at the back that affirms the importance of understanding these treaties. I would encourage everybody to pick up and read it. We're also going to have a lesson plan alongside of this book. So, Treaty Words. Woo! Let's keep it moving. We're gaining steam. Claire, we're going to throw it over to you and ask you to talk to us a little bit about our picture book, 48 Grasshopper Estates.
Yes, I'm very happy to share 48 Grasshopper Estates by Sarah DeWall, a debut author, and illustrated by Erica Medina, who also illustrated Margot and the Moon Landing, which just came out this past spring. So in 48 Grasshopper Estates, Cicely Bridges, she is a maker. She makes seven-tailed dragons and getaway boats and all kinds of things with materials she finds around her apartment complex, which is called Grasshopper Estate. One day she decides she wants to make some friends, but as she makes them, she realizes they're just not the perfect fit for her, but maybe they're a fit for some of her neighbors in the apartment. Meanwhile, as she's gathering her materials and putting together these friends and then starting to deliver them around Grasshopper Estate, there's a boy with very striped socks who's also on his own making mission. What is really cool about this book is that there's sort of these two parallel storylines, Cicely's story and the boy's story of making his project. And it keeps readers guessing, are these kids ever going to kind of cross paths or connect in their making magic? So it's a beautiful story. It's got such a nice rhythm. There's these amazing parallel storylines. There's all these great diverse residents of the apartment complex, and it's just a great celebration of community and friendship at any age. But as a picture book, it is for ages 4 to 7, and we will be doing some very fun activity sheets, and it will be available April 13th of 2021.
Oh, thanks, Claire. I see. Are you looking forward to 48 Grasshopper Estates as much as I am? I see your face.
I loved Margot and the Moon Landing, and Erica Medina is the illustrator for 48 Grasshopper Estates. So you know me, I love good artwork and a good story. So I cannot wait for this.
Same.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back to Asia. We have Four Faces of the Moon. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, and so next I'm going to be talking about Four Faces of the Moon by Amanda Strong. This is an adaptation of Amanda's acclaimed stop-motion animated film of the same name. It's a graphic novel, and it follows Spotted Fawn, that's the main character, and it follows Spotted Fawn as she goes on a journey through time and space guided by her ancestors. And she goes on this journey to uncover history and uncover mysteries and told truths about her family's history as well as indigenous history. So a key moment early in the book is when Spotted Fawn sees a mountain of buffalo skulls, which harkens back to the history where the buffalo were massively slaughtered, and that was a way of suppressing and starving indigenous people. So yeah, that is one of the bleak pieces of history that this book touches up upon. Yeah, also of important note is the back matter where Dr. Sherry Farrell-Rissette provides information on the Métis culture and history. And so, yeah, this book is going to be available in June of 2021. It is going to be suitable for kids ages 12 plus. So, Four Faces of the Moon by Amanda Strong.
Thanks, Zia. Looking forward to that one as well. I guess I'm up next with Patient Zero. So this is not the Patient Zero that we're going to be talking about. This is the first Patient Zero. So we're going to be talking about the revised edition that will be out in March. And so Patient Zero is by Marilee Peters, and it's for kids age 10 to 14 or grades 5 to 9. And it's really basically one of the only books on epidemiology for children that's out there. And especially with everything that we're going through right now, it's super important to use it in schools and with children to kind of explain, you know, what we're going through and what a pandemic is and how it started. So it's told in a really engaging way, narrative, it's fast paced, and it really talks about how epidemiologists identified diseases, how they found the first patient zero, so the first person to have this disease, and they tried to determine how it spread. It talks about 8 epidemics and pandemics in this book, and then this new revised edition will combine new features, a new design, a new cover, and also talks about Spanish influenza, Ebola, AIDS, and the like, but also a new chapter on COVID-19. Look out for Patient Zero coming in March.
It's been so cool to see the response that the original edition has been getting during this pandemic, and really goes to show how much this information is needed and how much interest there is in these topics, and sharing them with readers. So yeah, it's really great that we have this updated edition coming out.
Yeah, it's awesome. Claire, do you want to keep going with our new science title?
Of course, yes. So here we have Why Does My Shadow Follow Me? More science questions from real kids. So this is a super fun Q&A science book by Kira Vermond, illustrated by Suharu Ogawa. And it is actually the sequel to Why Don't Cars Run on Apple Juice, which was also a super fun science Q&A book. Kira Vermond has teamed up with Science Center experts to answer questions that real kids have asked, which is awesome. Some of the questions include, why are sharks so scary? How do people survive on Mars? And one of my favorites, a question I have been asking myself, is why do we have butts? So answers to all of these questions and many more, they'll surprise even, the most savvy readers. There's just so much great STEM content in this book, and Suharu's delightful illustrations just add so much fun and interest to every spread. So very excited to see this hit shelves. It's for ages 8 to 11. It will be out on March 9th, 2021. And of course, there will be some very fun activity sheets to join it.
I love the first one. So this one is like a really cool follow-up. Like more questions I'd never thought about before.
Absolutely.
Just saying that I love the first one, so I'm excited for the second one.
Yay.
Last but definitely not least on our list, we're going to be looking at a Kathy Kacer book. So Call Across the Sea by Kathy Kacer. This is the 4th and final book in the Heroes Quartet series. It is for kids aged 9 to 12, middle grade readers, grades 4 to 7. But, it's such a fun adrenaline rush read. Like all of the books in this series are. So this final book, it goes on and talks about Henny and how she's grown up on her father's boat. So she loves sailing between Denmark and Sweden. But when the Nazis rule tightens in Copenhagen, Henny joins the resistance. So when Hitler wants to round up all of the Jewish citizens, Henny realizes that her father's boat could be a means of survival. So she starts rounding up her Jewish neighbors and trying to find a means of escape for them to bring them to Sweden on her father's boat. But everything should be okay as long as they don't get caught. So it really is an amazing story about heroism and about bravery and about, standing up for something that's right. And Kathy Kacer, this is really such a book that really resonates with her because both of her parents are Holocaust survivors. And so this is a history that she's very familiar with, and it really sticks with her. So it's great for teaching about Holocaust and World War II, because it focuses really on the heroism of people and not really the genocide of it. So again, fourth book in the Heroes Who Print series, Call Across the Sea by Kathy Kacer.
Awesome.
I just want to say that Kathy's talk at Middle Grade Magic this year. So yeah, I'm really excited for this fourth book.
Amazing. Well, that is about a wrap on our winter spring 2021 preview for Annick Press. So if you are interested in any of our books, you can find them on our website, which is annickpress.com. And look out for more info about them on our social media. So Instagram is at @Annick_press. Twitter and Facebook are at Annick Press. Thanks so much for tuning in, and see you soon. Enjoy reading.
Bye, guys.
Bye.